Hello everyone, welcome to Be a Geek. I am Kritagya. Today we are going to solve another Python HackerRank problem, that is find the runner-up. So basically in this we have to find the second highest number in an array. So here we can see we have given like example of 2, 3, 6, 6, 5. So the highest number is 6, but the second highest is 5. So we have to find out the second highest number. And there is a possibility of having the multiple occurrence of highest number and a second highest number. We have two inputs. Basically the first is n, that is basically denotes the number of variables in an array. So it will have a minimum size of 2 and a maximum of 10. So we can have minimum like 2 values or a maximum like 10 values in an array. Second thing, it states that the minimum value in an array can be minus 100 and the maximum will be plus 100. Okay, so let's first understand this problem in a better way. So for example, we have an array of like 2, 3, 7, 6, 6. Okay, so as we know, the highest number is 7. This is our highest number. Then we have 6 as second highest number, and we have multiple occurrence, so we can only need one. So this is our second highest number, and so 6 is going to be our answer. So in the question we have to find out the second highest number. So what's the best way to find the second highest number? So I'll just write it down again. So the best way is to first find the maximum number. For example, if I know 7 is maximum, then I can look for the second highest number which is not equal to 7 in the same array. So then I will get the second highest number. So the basic approach is first find the first highest number. Then using the first highest number, we can find the second highest number. And in this, we only need to use the functions. So I'll just explain you how we'll do it. Okay. So as we know, we have our input in n, which denotes the number of values in our array. Okay. Then we have an array variable in the question, which is a map in which every value given in input is explicitly converted into an integer format using the map function. So what we'll do, we create a list of it. So let's suppose we wrap the above statement into a list. So our ARR will be a list now. If you use the max function, like max of ARR. So first, in the example we have taken above, in the example, what it will return? It will return 7 because that is our highest number. Again, what we'll do? We use list comprehension. What we'll do? We write I for I in ARR. We'll iterate each number, and we'll only store those numbers which are not equal to highest number. So I not equal to R, let's say this is as M. So now we will have another list which will not contain this highest number. So after this, if I try to find the max of S, because now the list I will be getting will be 2, 3, 6, 6. 7 will not be there due to this condition, I not equal to M. Now if I try to find the maximum, I will get 6, which is our answer. So this is the basic approach. In this, if we see, we are using this another list, that is another memory space, we are using the maximum function, which takes big of n time to find the maximum value in an array. We are using this 2 times, and we are also using another extra space in which we are looping the array. So it is like we are looping the array 3 times overall, 2 times the max function, 1 time the list comprehension. Okay. Also, we are using a extra space of another list. This is our extra time complexity. Okay. So let's first see this approach and in implementation. We have this, and what we'll do, we'll wrap this up in a list format. Okay. And we'll find the maximum number, which will be the max of ARR. Now we will be having the maximum and the max num. Okay. I'll create another list as ls, in which I'll write I. For I in ARR, if I, the condition is should not be equal to our max num. We'll have the list without the highest number, then we can just directly print the maximum of ls. Okay. Now let's just run this code and let's just submit this so that we can see all test cases are passing on. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this approach works for all test cases, but this is not a good approach because we are looping it 3 times and then we are also using an extra space. So let's see an optimized approach for this. Okay. So what we can do, as we know, we'll take the ARR as a list 2, 3, 6, 7, 6, 7, something like this. Okay. So what we'll do, we'll take 2 variables. The first is the highest variable. We'll take second highest variable, and we'll start these variable, initialize this variable with the minimum value that can be present in the array. In the question, we have seen that the minimum value will be in array is -100. So what we'll do, we'll start both these numbers at the minimum value, and we'll loop in the array for example, current element in ARR. Okay. Now it will run for each variable in ARR. It will linearly. Okay. So what we'll check? We'll check if the current element, okay, if the current element is greater than the highest, that means the value highest number is containing is not the highest right now, because the current element is greater than the highest. Okay. So for example, first it will run for 2 is this highest is -100, 2 greater than -100, of course it is greater than -100. So what we'll do, as of now we know 2 is our highest number, so we'll assign the highest number as current element. But if we find out another number to be highest, that means the number containing the number that is already present in the highest number, maybe it will be a second highest number. So before reassigning the highest variable, what we'll do, we'll assign the value of the highest variable to our second highest. We'll see this in reversal. First, with what we'll do, we'll assign the highest variable value in the second highest variable, and then we will assign the current element, which is the highest value as of now because of this condition, into the highest. Okay, let's understand this. First, it will be for 2 greater than highest, yes, because the highest is -100. Then the second highest will have the highest value, which is like -100 and -100, so it doesn't change. It will remain same, -100, -100. Then the highest variable will have a value 2. Okay. Then we go for another variable, that is another value, that is 3. is 3 greater than the highest, which is 2? Yes, it is greater. Now we get the another highest value. Now there can be chance that 2 will be the second highest value. So before assigning it the 3 to the highest, what we'll do, we assign 2 to the highest. So the highest 2 will be the second highest, so it will be like 2 and 3 will be assigned to it. Okay, so we'll do this to all the values and we'll have this highest value in the highest variable and the second highest value in the second highest value. Okay, one thing is, there can be chances where the current element may not be bigger than this highest value, it may not be bigger than the highest value, but it may be bigger than the second highest value. There may be chances. For example, if when the 6 comes to the highest value, okay, let's take this. For example, now our highest variable have 6. When looping through it, it check current element. For example, current element is 5 and we have second highest element as 3. So is 5 greater than 6? No, it is not greater. It is not greater, but there can be chances that 5 can be second highest. So apart from this if, we'll check for another elif. That says if current element is greater than the second highest, maybe chances, but we know there may be multiple entries, so it can be of 6 because any number can occur anytime, any number of time. So we have to also put an AND condition which states that the current element should not be equal to the highest number, so that we can eliminate the multiple occurrence of a single value. Okay, so using both these conditions, now as we know, we get the current element greater than the second highest, but it is not greater than the highest, so we can just directly simply assign second highest as current. Okay, so let's see this with the example given in our question itself. So let's take the array and the values are 2, 3, 6, 6, 5. Okay, so the values are 2, 3, 6, 6, 5. We start highest as -100 and second highest as -100. Okay, now for each variable we'll check if we have a current element greater than the highest element, and we have another condition, that is elif the current element greater than the second highest element, and another condition, the current should not be equal to the highest, so we can ignore the multiple occurrence. Okay, so first, for example, it will come 2. Is 2 greater than -100? Yes, it is greater. So it is greater. So first what we'll do, we'll assign the second highest with the highest and highest with current. Okay, so after this what will happen, highest will have 2, second highest will remain -100. Okay, it will not check for elif because if condition was checked. Then we have 3. Is 3 greater than 2? Yes. Then it will automatically swap this thing. Then highest will be at 3 and second highest will contain 2. Then we'll get 6. Is 6 greater than 3? Yes. Then highest will be 6. Second highest will be 3. Then we get another 6. Is 6 greater than 6? Now let's see this condition. Move these numbers. Okay. Okay. Yeah. We'll check, is 6 greater than 6? The highest number is 6. The current element is 6. Is 6 greater than 6? We are at this number. No, it is not greater. Then we'll check, is current element greater than the second highest, which is 3? Yes, it is greater. But is current element not equal to highest. This is not true. So due to which this will not run as of now. Okay. So this number will be skipped. No operation on this. Then we'll get 5. Is 5 greater than 6? No, it is not greater than 6. Is 5 greater than 3? Yes, it is greater than 3. Is 5 not equal to 6? Yes, it is not equal to 6. Then our second highest will be assigned as 5. So will be assigned as 5 and 5 is our answer. So now let's write this approach. We'll reset the code. Okay, we don't need to convert into a list. We need the two variable. First is the highest, which will take -100. Then we'll get second highest, which will also take as -100. Okay. Then for current in ARR, that is our current element. So let's name this as current ELE, current element. The first condition which we need to check is current element greater than the highest. If it is greater, first we need to assign the highest to the second highest. Then we can assign the second highest with the current element value. Then we'll have elif. In this we need to check two conditions. First, is current element greater than the second highest? Okay. Then and is current element not equal to the highest, so that we can ignore multiple occurrences of a single number. Then we can assign, if it is true, second highest with the current element. At last we can just print our second highest element. Okay, let's see if this works. Let's just submit this. Okay, so this is a much better approach. So what we are doing, we are looping it on one time, which is like n times only. We are taking only two variables, so the extra space is negligible here, and we are only performing the if else operation. We are not using any extra space or any other loop. So the time complexity for this is big of n. So this is a much better approach than the previous approach, in which we are looping it 3 times and we are using an extra space also. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.